All right, y'all. Let's get it in. Late night. Well, not all the way late, but later than usual. So I ain't gonna be on too long, and I mean that because it's after 9 o'clock. So we're gonna do this little after show, get some afterthoughts of the fight last night, and we also gonna talk about. Let's talk about Marcus Bell. What's up, Australia? Let's talk about Jocelyn and Jin Yoon Kim because Australia asked me my thoughts, so I gotta get my thoughts on that fight. So you want to know my thoughts on this one? Hang on, we're gonna kick this thing off in a minute at about the 4 minute mark, and yeah, we'll get into that fight first. Then of course, we'll talk about the main event. But yeah, Kim and Edwards. So let's let's get that one out of the way, right? Just hold on 1 second. Just pulling some stuff up. One more minute, and we can jump into this conversation. All right, here we go. Hold on, a few more seconds, and I get started. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. All right, y'all. Welcome back. Let's get into it. Marcus said it looked like a murder scene. Lafayette, what's going on? Yeah, man. We back. Good card last night. I I was entertained. I hope everybody else was because I thought UFC 277 to a lot of people wasn't gonna be living up to the expectations, but to me, I thought it was good. They had some decent fights on the preliminary card, but the main card turned out to be good. I know everybody's still on the fence about Derek Lewis. You know, some people think the stoppage was too early, maybe, but it was a mistake on his part, by just being reckless as usual. But Marino, I had to pick him. I didn't I didn't see this fight going the distance with Marino. So yeah, Marino stopping France. That was, that was it, what I expected. As I expected. But this main event, we're gonna get into that. But like I said, Straya said, what are my thoughts on Edwards and Kim? I you know, I wasn't I wasn't really blown away. I wasn't impressed. Cause first off, this ain't a weight for Jin Yoon Kim in the UFC. I know she was a bantamweight champion in was it Rising or Deep Jewels or something like that? Yeah, she was in Deep Jewels, right? And she was 135 there. But as far as UFC level 135, it's different. But on top of that, her game was off even at flyweight. She's always kind of fighting behind her opponents, um, not pulling the trigger enough. Sometimes just going through the motions. You know, um, yeah, Kim never just Jimmy Kim, she can put on somewhat of an exciting fight, but she never really blows me away like that. Jocelyn Edwards, same thing with her. When she first came in, I thought we were going to see like a good, well-rounded fighter, and eventually she was going to sit down on her shots and be a little bit more of a like a patient technician and land some good hard kicks. Thought she'd be effective with her kicks along the way, but uh, maybe she's working towards that. But last night, Edwards, just got the victory to me. Edwards just got the victory, and doesn't really look like a big threat at bantamweight. This was her. How many fights has she fought at bantamweight now? Because her last fight was featherweight. Yeah, okay. Last fight was featherweight. Now she's bantamweight, barely, right? Because she missed weight. So there's still a lot of work to be done with Jocelyn Edwards. It was a split decision victory. To me, I think Jocelyn did win, but even the first round, I was having a tough time keeping my eyes on the screen, even though I was calling the fight, with what Edwards was doing. Like, she was missing a lot of kicks. Like, was that just me, or did y'all notice? Like, I know some of y'all thought Edwards won the first round and she had a good leg attack, but I was like, I don't know about that. I had to give the first round to Jin Kim. Even though Jin Kim was doing a lot of movement, excess movement, I thought she edged out the round. And then Jocelyn Edwards turned it up in round 2 and 3, started connecting more when Kim slowed down. But again, it wasn't really like a performance to be, what's the word? To just be really, really glued to this fighter. Like, you can't really just glue your eyes to this fighter and say, oh yeah, like it's the next thing. Like, be on the lookout. Marcus said, Moreno fight looks similar to Gatto's KO of Sarge. Yeah, it was kind of one of those kicks, those body kicks. That's why I said body kicks, man. You never know when they just those one shot knockouts that you really can't come back from in a fight. They, connected on the liver, they just shut you down. Donovan said, I heard the pay-per-view was good. It was tough seeing Lewis lose. Maybe do the same with Murphy and leave that gym. Yeah. They used to be training partners, but yeah, she bounced up out of there. Maybe she need to go where he need to go where she's at. But yeah, I don't know, man. Jocelyn Edwards finding her range. It was very difficult the first round. She wasn't really doing a great deal, throwing a lot of kicks, not enough strikes. Punches. Not really finding range with her jab. Just really trying to throw out these face kicks and head kicks and looking for that opening, but there was no way. No way that she was just going to get a victory in that fashion. In dominant fashion, excuse me. She got the victory, but just constantly throwing out these little air kicks, it's not going to work on her next couple opponents. Jin Kim, though, I don't know, man. She hasn't scored a win in like 3 years, right? Let's pull up the record and take a look. I looked at it the other night. Even before the fight, I wanted to just see like her resume before I try to say, oh, she's gonna get cut. But I think Jin Kim might just be getting them walking papers, man. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, Jin Kim's last victory was 3 years ago against Nadia Kassem. Nadia Kassem tried to throw that cheap shot when they were going to touch gloves, right? And then from there, she just went on a 4-fight losing streak to Grasso, Molly McCann, Cachoeira, which was kind of a close fight to some people, right? And now her move up to 135 didn't really fare well for her, Didn't fare well, so they might say farewell. Yeah, Straight said probably get those papers. Yeah, I think so. Mark said I was holding on for dear life, but Edwards fought. Edwards, yeah. I just don't see the urgency in her, even though she got the victory. Like, I didn't really see like a dominant moves she was making, just a lot of air punches and a lot of air kicks, just trying to push Kim back with this air instead of like closing distance with a jab or calf kicks. There's just a lot of head kicks and spin kicks and this fancy stuff, but none of us really even coming close to landing. So there's not much to say about the fight. Like, and I'm just kind of trying to get my full thoughts, but it's just like I think that's about it. I just wasn't impressed like that. I just need to see Edwards make weight and start to sit down on it. And Jin Kim, we seen her one too many times just not deliver. I mean, 4 times in a row. 4 times in a row. So if she does get cut, that's what it is. That's what it is. Stray said give Edwards Avila or Rosa. Oh, she already fought Kel Rosa. Kel Rosa beat her. Kel Rosa beat her. Julia Avila's still out for a while because of the baby. She's on maternal leave. Yeah, go back and watch that fight. That's whenever I seen the lack of a ground game with Jocelyn Edwards. It was like last year, I think. Yeah, Kel Rosa, I think she bloodied her up too, right? Yeah, Kel Rosa put some pretty hard top control and some ground and pound on Jocelyn Edwards. Yeah, so that already excuse me, that already shows you what level she's at, right? And Avila, with her being on maternal leave for now, Myra Buena Silva, we could say Myra Buena Silva. If Jocelyn Edwards don't dominate and bust up Myra Buena Silva, then I don't know what's really next for her at 135. Yes, I would say MBS. Yeah, MBS would probably be the next best fight for Jocelyn Edwards, because I don't see her beating any of the lower level fighters, the lower ranked fighters at bantamweight either. All right, y'all got like 15 people. Make sure you hit that like as we continue on here. Oh yeah, that's right. Samantha Edgar's book. Yeah, that's right. I think I'm gonna go with Edgar in that fight. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Edgar in that one. Yeah, Samantha Edgar. I think yeah. But yeah, so that was a bantamweight fight that I don't think a lot of us really are gonna remember from now. Like, Stray, you might be asking me about, hey, did Jocelyn Edwards ever fight Kim next year? We're gonna be asking each other like, did they already fight? Or suggesting they fight. So yeah, I just think Edwards, to be in this division, she needs to work. No, oh no, Stray. Rose Clark beat Edwards too. Good try, Stray. You trying, but no, man. Rose Clark blanket. She put the blanket on her. She put the blanket on her, Stray. Yeah, Rose Clark already beat Edwards too. So that kind of tells you where she's at. NYC Loner, what's going on? I know we're trying to find somebody she could fight to show a level, but yeah, Rose Clark beat her. Yeah, I'm a little tired too. I already ate, that's why. I was cooking and I got on here late. So I said, man, let me jump on. Let me get the food out of the way and then get on here. James Press, what's up? He said bandweight as a whole isn't too stacked. No, it ain't. It really ain't. It's not really stacked at all, right? We still got a lot of veterans and fighters that have been there and done that, but we don't really have like a good crop coming in. All right, so let's go into the main event. Juliana Pena, Amanda Nunes too. I think first off, should say I think this should have got fight of the night. Maybe it didn't because there wasn't too much back and forth in there. Maybe there wasn't enough back and forth for people to really say it was like a fight, right? It wasn't really like a war. Even though Amanda got hit a few times, it wasn't like a back and forth war. Like there was no close rounds. We clearly knew Amanda was winning the fight. It was just like Amanda was taming the pit bull in there. You know what I mean? Like Amanda got scarred up a couple times, but she came out the clear victory, right? It wasn't like Whaley and Joanna, their first, the first fight, where it was close calls, close rounds. Like I don't know who won. But this one was clearly Amanda's fight. Even though she looked like she'd been in a fight, she dominated and swept Juliana Pena clearly, right? So I'll say this, I understand. I know I was trying to rub it in last night that, I knew Amanda would do it. I picked Amanda Nunes because I knew Amanda wasn't 100% last time or close to 100%, or she wasn't focused last time. I ain't going to rub it in because I didn't know for sure. Because the fight really was 50-50. I said it was 50-50, number one, because look, Juliana Pena, we can't lie. She does have some techniques and some skills about her that offsets Amanda Nunes. An unfocused Amanda Nunes, that is, right? So if Amanda Nunes came in unfocused again, she would have clearly lost. And that's what I was really worried about. I was thinking, like, does she really have it? Was it just an off night? Does she still really have it? And she just had a bad night? That was a question, you know? But another part of me said, no, with Amanda's championship caliber, she should be able to regroup, refine, and bring something new to the table. And that's what she did. I mean, right from round one, you saw a different Amanda from the southpaw stance to the facial expression, right? So the Juliana Pena she fought last time and this time, they were basically the same, but they're still dangerous. That version in either fight is still dangerous. But it's the fact that Amanda just came prepared. She came in here prepared this time. If she would have went to sleep at any point in this fight, yeah, she would have lost clearly. Because Juliana Pena never stops trying. But Amanda, yeah, she proved it. That was the one thing I needed to know is Amanda Nunes going to be able to make the right changes. And she did. Right? She did. But what do y'all think? Let me see in the comment section here. As far as fight of the night, too, let me see. James Press off top. That was Nunes' best win besides Cyborg. Yeah, I think so, too. Yeah, definitely top 3. Yeah, her eye, that headbutt messed her eye up pretty bad. I mean, the left jab started to swell the eye in the first round, but it was the headbutt. Osprey said there was a finish. It might have been fight of the night. Dana White only interested in big stoppages. Yeah, he greedy, man. J Ball said this fight deserved fight of the night just based on the crowd's excitement. That's the loudest I ever heard a crowd for a women's fight. Right. Yeah, I would have gave it to him. I mean, I've been telling y'all for weeks, first fight was a fluke, but some people are too ignorant to listen. Robot Chicken, he coming in swinging. I know who he's swinging at. Yeah, I was like, I didn't want to call it a straight up fluke, but I was kind of thinking, I said, you know what, Pena got that victory, but there were so many factors outside of the octagon that just made Amanda look soft for that first fight. You know what I mean? J Ball said, I don't think Amanda had a bad night. I think Amanda refined her skills and had a great game plan. Okay. So he don't think she had a bad night. He think it was just the skills. So you think the you think the style, J Ball, you think the style the first time around was just like tailor made for Pena or Kryptonite, if you want to say that? And do you think she just, like you said, refined it? And yeah, clearly the second fight was refined, and Juliana Pena had nothing for her. But you think that first fight was just like made for Pena? Yeah, Marcus said most people drinking Pena's Kool-Aid. Yeah, yeah, they were. They were. Yeah, Joseph, I'm just being real. I like you. You know me. I just bring in some facts of my point of view. And Amanda was great. Great ain't always going to be a boring technical fight. Right? I think greatness comes in the way that your body can deliver it. Like Amanda's not Valentina, so I don't expect her to pitch a shutout or do that same type of fighting. Like Amanda is going to go through hell and back to get hers, and she did that. I'm not just talking about in the cage, but the build up to the fight. Amanda was probably always like thinking about that loss and just saying, "Oh man, it's like I got to get that back." And now that she got it in the fashion that she did, it really makes you say, "Wow!" Like, look at them improvements. Like, look at those changes she's made. I think it amazed a lot of people because they didn't expect her to do that. Like to a certain extent, I didn't know her striking would be that like jaw dropping, but she did it. She really came with some nice footwork, nice change of pace. I mean, on the ground and on the ground and on the feet. J Ball said the headbutt was in the third and fourth, and Amanda's eyes were swollen by the start of the third. Yeah, it was the third, right? Because like she tried to step in. I remember for that uppercut, her Pena stepping in with left hand, and boom, like when they collided heads, kind of rocked her. Yeah. Joseph said Cyborg would murder Juliana. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, let's be real on that. Yeah, like Cyborg, Juliana would get put out in that fight because you talking about 10 pounds up in weight, and Cyborg, her power is just murderous. You know what I mean? Like, and she's so controlled with it. And then you got Pena, who's has no control over her approach. She just likes to dive in head first. That would probably be the one time she would get starch cold. Right? All right, so we got 20 people. Make sure y'all hit that like because I got a few questions for y'all. And I want to talk about a couple other things about this fight too. Um, let's see. J Ball says Pena starts everything with a jab, and she has a pretty good timing. When Nunes switched to southpaw, Pena's jab was nullified because of the open stance. Yep, yep. Yeah, as soon as the fight started yesterday, I was like, yo, this southpaw is really working. The first round, I was like, I wonder what is Amanda doing? Like, it kind of threw me off. I was like, uh-oh. I was like, Amanda's look like she want to try it, but she's not sure. But the minute she started letting her hands go, and that's why I want to break down too. I talked about this in my live last night, but the southpaw stance was effective for Amanda because she's a natural right hand, right? And in that position, the right hand, she was able to really exploit the power of it. Because when you stand in that southpaw stance and you're a right-handed fighter or right-handed person, your lead hand is very powerful, and it's going to be very tricky for orthodox fighter because number one, they're not used to that. They're not used to that angle, so they're not used to that angle. and they're not used to that lead hand being that powerful. Because like the regular left jab is just like it's a weapon. It's a good, good weapon to crack your opponent every now and then. But whenever your strong hand is up front, it's got the power of a straight right hand. And then you got that right hook too. So you got a lot of power extended out. And if your opponent can't get that angle right and they're just not used to it, like Juliana Pena is, she's going to continue to step into the power, and it's going to do more damage. That's why she was getting dropped constantly, because she didn't know how to step around it, and it's lined up perfectly for every time she steps in. So it's lined up. On top of that, Amanda's power is really being exploited in this position. I mean, it's something I'd have to like do with a diagram and just break it down, because there's some fighters that turn southpaw that are naturally right-handed. Like I think Manon, she's one, and it makes their lead hand just so much more powerful, right? Let me see here. It's just, yeah, Robotics opinion got exposed. Donovan said Amanda probably could have finished Pena in the second, but she definitely wanted to prove doubters in Pena who's the best, right? Yeah, she said that after the fight. She said that she wanted to prove that she is the best, and she did that, on the ground or jiu-jitsu. She wanted to prove all of that. Yeah, J-Ball said also when you're opposite stance, that check hook is always going to be there to counter the jab. Right. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so like remember Pena, her upper body, like somebody called it the other day. Yeah, her upper body's kind of stiff, but she throws a good straight 1-2. But when it comes down to her footwork, it's pretty basic. It's very basic. Like it's just a basic MMA striker when it comes to her footwork. That's why when she switched southpaw, Pena was stepping right into the power zone because she didn't know how to keep her lead foot on the outside. If she would have kept her lead foot on the outside and circled to her left, she could have tried to nullify that right hand and the left straight. And second round, I think Pena landed a good right hook, a good straight right hand and a left hook combination. And that's good on a southpaw. Like your jab won't be as effective, but if you throw straight right hand and a left hook, that's a good combination to throw on a southpaw. But she never figured that out. I don't think the whole team figured that out because it landed like a couple times in the second round. But yeah, that check right hook was money because her lead foot is on the inside and she's just stepping right in. She's just stepping right in. So every time she steps in, punching her way in, Nunes just come around the top, boom, cracked her in the head. 5 knockdowns in 2 rounds. I'm like, wow. If she wanted to finish, I think she could have. I truly believe Nunes wanted to draw it out 5. Some fighters used to do that. Ali, he would make his fights go on long sometimes to punish guys, he would say. So some fighters do that. J-Ball said the only thing that saves Pena is the fact that she's deceptively fast with a really decent 1-2. Right. That's about it. She is like when she closes distance, she can pump her jab out, and then that 2 is followed right behind it. And she did catch Amanda a couple of times with it, right? Like you saw when Amanda backed up, that 2 was right there in the face. Even her double jab, was catching Amanda a couple of times. But when Amanda went back to finding her distance and coming over the top with the right hook, it was all her fight again. And I love how she just switched the gear and took the fight to the ground. In that, third round? Third round on? J-Ball said, yeah, whenever Pena started with the 2, she landed both in round 1 and 2, but she's so used to starting everything with the jab. Right. Yeah, and that's the thing, too. I'll tell you, like, You can tell when a fighter like Pena, they fall in love with some basic stuff. But like the thing is, like, you got to mix it up. Like, you just can't think the jab is going to do it all. Like, as much as I love it, you got to add other tools to your game, especially being a striker. Like, her basic 1-2 is nice, but eventually somebody like Amanda is going to figure it out. Like, Amanda's not going to fall for the 1-2 all night. So you got to start mixing combinations up, like becoming more of a body puncher in situations or knowing how to hook. And like I said, southpaw, a left hook is going to be more effective because your left hand has to turn in. You know, you got to turn your left hand in, because if you throw it straight, it's going to scoot right by or just scrape by. You got to turn it in because of their angle. Yeah, so it's just basic education, for some of these MMA strikers out there, and for some of y'all that's just wondering why the stance was so effective in this fight, you know. And yeah, J Ball, you making great points on that too. Yeah, it's just like that check right hook, you know, was very effective. But the ground game was very impressive too. Like, Amanda in the guard was finding a lot of time to catch her breath too. I was looking at her, she found a lot of time to catch her breath and fight at a slower pace, dropping elbows on Pena. Um, the transitions were nice, just wherever she felt comfortable, slipping in and out of submissions. The armbar attempts, a couple of those scared me because I was like, what's Amanda doing here? But Amanda had a mission. Like, this was all part of her game plan. Every time she almost got submitted, she said, whoop, nope, arm would slide right out. So I kind of thought that was impressive that she was able to do that. Showed the level of jiu-jitsu. She showed everything in 5 rounds. So I don't think a stoppage was really necessary as long as she was able to show her skill level and the difference from last fight to this fight, right? Robot Ching said Pena is terrible. She's a definition of exposed. Yeah, that's a question. Let's answer that. Like, do you think she was exposed? Yeah, to a certain extent, Juliana Pena was exposed in this situation. I try to be careful about when I use the word exposed, but yeah, like, she was exposed on the feet, like, as far as what type of level of a striker she is, because it came down to the footwork. I mean, when you clearly lose 5 rounds, 5 rounds, and 2 of the rounds were 10-8, and you got knocked down 5 times by the same punch, your footwork and striking ability is exposed. Like, yeah, basic 1-2 is good. Power behind the jab, good timing to a certain level. Good speed with the 1-2, yeah. But the level changed. The level changed. Um, when you get hit with the same right hook every time, that just says, oh, no, you ain't ready for this. So, yeah, it was exposed. It was definitely exposed. J Ball said, I think Nunes versus Val is next. I don't think so, because of Valentina just said, like, everything has to be right as far as, money. And this time around, she, in the interview, she says she wants to put on more weight. She wants to put on more weight and make sure she, put on muscle. Put on more muscle this time. So, and the timing has to be right, I think, meaning money as well. So I don't think we'll see that fight yet. I think she got enough going on at flyweight as well. Robot Chicken said Valentina lost twice, so it doesn't matter. Right. Yeah, on paper, they're W's. No matter how you look at it, on paper, they're still W's, right? If Pena would have won, I would have liked to seen the if Pena would have won, I would have liked to see the Valentina fight, just because they only fought once. Donovan said before the Nunes fight, Pena was having trouble with Sarah McMahon on the feet. Yeah, she sure was. Yeah, I called that fight too. Yeah, yeah, she was. Yeah, yep. Like she was having trouble. The right hand. It wasn't until Sarah started to kind of get worn down and she started getting her to the ground and she kind of broke her will. But yeah, Sarah McMahon's right hand's gotten better over the years and she gave her a little bit of trouble on the feet. It hadn't been till lately since she fallen in love with that jab and Amanda was there to be hit. So J Ball said Dana said it makes sense for December. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't see that interview. Yeah, I'll have to I didn't see that part of the press conference. I just kind of flipped through it last night because I passed out. Nunes, I remember her laughing at what Valentina said about the tweet. I thought that was funny. James G, what's up, man? I know I saw you in here. What's going on, man? James G said Ketlin versus Nunes in Brazil, I think. That's not a bad idea either. I like to see Ketlin and Nunes, and then I like to see Pena and Aldana. Yeah, James G says expect if Pena call for a rematch, but 50-43 doesn't get a rematch. Right. Yeah, that's my next question about a rematch. That's my next question about a rematch. We talked about it last night in the live as far as when a rubber match should happen. Not right now. Like, I think, yeah, after you said 50-43, when you get 50-43 and the odds are even now, and it wasn't like a war, I don't think a rubber match is really called for here. See, a rematch was called for because of Nunes' status. Nunes, she came in as a double champion. She deserves it, right? But Nunes regained it, reclaimed her glory, and Pena didn't even win a single round, right? Pena didn't even win a single round. So that makes Pena have to go back, like Robache said, and work because she was exposed in this certain fashion. Because she comes right back, it's going to be the same thing. So if they want to close it out for a year from now, when Pena changes some things and gets a victory or two down the line, yeah, fine. But right now, I don't think a rubber match is necessary because she completely beat her in every aspect here. Outside clinch, ground game, jiu-jitsu. She did it all just to make sure Pena understood who the better fighter was, right? That was her game. So yeah, I think a rubber match would have to make sense. Like Pena going on a 3-4 fight win streak. But yeah, Jane Ball said Ketlin versus Nunes should be a good one. Yeah, that's gonna be good. I still have to go with Nunes all around because Ketlin is big. She a little tentative. We'll see if she can turn it up though. Somebody in the chat yesterday said Ketlin kind of became gun shy after that left hook from Irene Aldana, which could be. Yeah, man. I mean, like I was saying on paper, yeah, Valentina is still on paper is still an L. I mean, no matter how many breakdowns we do or people do online and argue it, on paper, Valentina still got an L 2 times. And if you were in her corner and she lost, you just have to say, well, Val, you had to step out of the box for this one time. It's still a fight. I know, it's a martial art and you can, it's hit, not get hit. But sometimes you got to go for the gusto. You have to go in there and get it. Not saying you got to go in there and get killed every time, but some fights call for action. Like, even when Rose fought Joanna a couple times to bank rounds, she would take Joanna down and shut the round down just to make sure she got it in the rematch. You know, as I'm just saying, just to get the judges on your side. Every single round has to be a shutout. Ulysses, what's going on? Ulysses. Robot Chick said, Amanda school vow twice. No need to be mad. Dang. Ah. James said Rose and Bullet are nothing alike. No, they're not. They're not alike. We know they're not alike. But how did Rose secure her victory against Joanna? I'm giving you an example here. We just taking examples on how people secure victories. Rose secured her victory with takedowns. That's what I'm saying. Like, it ain't even gotta be takedowns. I'm just saying, like, she won the judges over. You gotta remember, you fighting three judges and your opponent. It's not about just going in there and tap, stay out of the way. Sometimes you have to win them. You have to beat four people. And in that situation there, maybe Rose was better because I'm just saying she knew how to close it out in that one fight. That's all I'm saying. Not all around as a fighter, but just look at that one example for a minute. Donovan said you can still see Ketlin not fully committing. Right. Yeah, Ketlin did somehow regress, man. That's what I want to go back to. Yeah, she did somehow kind of regress. She ain't as aggressive, yeah, with her judo. Yeah, she's a big fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, Ketlin Berry, she probably could have stomped Miesha Tate. She really could have taken her out. Bradley Pacquiao. Did Pacquiao really lose to Did Pacquiao really lose to Bradley in that first fight? Was it the first fight or the second fight? Well, that situation was kind of different because I think everybody knew in that fight. Everybody knew. I think that was really bad judging in that fight. That's kind of different. To me, it is, James. Like that one, I clearly knew. But with Shevchenko and Nunes too, there were times when I said, Shevchenko, if you lose, it's your own fault. I'm just saying, there's just certain situations where you don't fully win over the judges or dominate. It's your own fault. No matter how you think the second fight went on paper, Nunes won. It's a W, yeah. But honestly, I really don't want that rubber match. I don't want that one, and I don't want the Pena fight for now. On paper, Nunes won, and there's nobody to blame but Val because you would not beat Nunes unless you take it to her. Right. It's got to be more than just, picking your shot here and there, fighting behind her and countering. Eileen, what's up? She said, I got this so wrong. Still have a nagging thought that we were all played in the first bout to create more drama for the rematch and set up a tough coaching competition. I don't know. I thought the first fight, I don't know. I thought it was just unfocused Amanda. I think it was just unfocused Amanda because she came in and made sure everybody knew. Lafayette said Macy versus Aldana. How you see it? Man, kind of lean towards Aldana. I think Aldana is a sharper striker. Macy got power though. Macy's got some power, but at 135, I think I favor Aldana. I like Macy better at 145. That's where I think she's most dangerous though, man. Todd, what's going on? Todd Johnson in the building. He said, great to hear your voice. He said, Nunes lost that fight to Valentina. I don't know what they're doing, but Amanda lost that fight. Yeah, I'm about to do a round by round for that fight again, man. Yeah, I can't really compare. yeah, everybody, I can't really compare that fight to this one because when I watched that fight, I felt like everybody else that Bradley lost that fight. Pacquiao won it, but this one here with Nunes and Shevchenko, I still leave a lot of room for error here because it's judges are looking at it different. Judges looking at it different too, and I have to look at it different. I know somebody. What do you think, Donovan? I know Donovan, you're a Macy Chiasson fan, and I'm not gonna lie. Look, I am too. I just prefer her at 145, man. But like, what do you think of her at 135? Do you think 135 is best for her? If Donovan's still in here, because I know you are. I remember people. I know Donovan's a Macy Chiasson fan, so I gotta ask, do you think she looks good at 135? I wish she would stay at 145 from the tough house on, man. Australia said Val won't go back to 135 after that fight anyway. She got enough problems coming her way at 125. Yeah. Tyler Santos, Manone, and I know Australia don't want to hear it. Maybe Lauren Murphy again. And I'm not saying Lauren Murphy gonna win the fight, but J Ball said, did Macy recently have a health scare trying to maintain a low weight for 135? Yeah, she did. She did, man. Like that 1 year, she had trouble cutting down. I think it was 2020. Was it 2019? And then I think she missed the featherweight limit too in her fight with Rocky Pennington. Yeah, she missed the weight for Rocky Pennington at 145 too. I know that one was more of a that was the last. I think that was a late replacement fight. So Donovan said Macy is good at 135 for the first round and a half. She always concerns me in third round. Yeah, I told yeah. That's all I'm saying. Like not like I said, I like her. I enjoy watching her fight at 145, but 135 for a woman her size, ain't she like 5'11"? She is big. Macy is too big for 135 to me. And it affects her performance. It really does. Like she comes in flat without the tank. So if you clinch her like Lena Landsberg did, clinch fighter, even like Rocky Pennington did, it's kind of tough for her. But if they would have maintained featherweight from 2018 to now, when she won that tough house, yeah, I think she would have been, banging wins. Uh, maybe gave what's her name a good fight, Felicia Spencer or somebody. Marcus said Macy and Irene fight. We better hope that Macy doesn't use her cage pushing technique. That's the thing. She uses that a lot at 135. She was working on a lot of stance switching too. She was kind of effective with that for a while. I think in her Marion Renault fight, she was working on switching stances a lot. But Amanda, she killed it. Robot Chicken said, I want to see Story Ranko versus Edwards. That's not a bad match. I like that. There you go, Straya. There's somebody she hasn't fought. That's a good call, Robot. Straya was trying to think of somebody earlier. He named Jessica Rose Clark and Carol Rosa, but they both beat Edwards, right? So this is a good one. Yeah, Stoyarenko could be dangerous on the ground, though. That's the thing. might submit Edwards. But this could be a fight that made Edwards striking look good. With that, C minus or D plus defense of Stoyarenko, Edwards might look good in that fight. J Ball said Macy's concerned in general past the second round. Right. Especially, after those rough weight cuts, man. Yeah. Ulysses said I was thinking that Deval should not move up. She's really undersized against Amanda. Yeah, she is. I think the more you go up, the more risk you just putting yourself at. He said no matter the weight, Macy's weary in the third. Yeah, she didn't even make it to the third with Rocky. She got gassed in that one. But that last fight, what's her name? Norma Dumont rocked her pretty bad in the third, right? YouTube user said, Dana said in the past, in the post press, he's actually interested in the Val trilogy. And Nunes says she's up for it. I don't know. Pena got handled dominantly as hell, so I'd rather see Val again. Okay. Marcus says Stoyarenko's fighting Chelsea. Oh yeah, because Leah Letson's out, right? Gonna have a bloody war. Okay. Yeah, Leah Letson's out. Ulysses said we'll see maybe if they offer good money for that fight. Yeah, Robot Chicken said Marcus, which card? I like that. That's the August 1st one. We got Bellissimus and Ricci on that one too. Australia said, come on now, I've been up all night. Son has C19. Oh man. Dang. I hope he gets through it, man. Praying for him, Australia. I hear it's been kind of rough too with this latest strand. So yeah. Everybody send some healing prayers to Australia's son. Dang, man. Hate to hear that. Because, yeah, it's been rough out this way. That new strand they've been having out my way, numbers been spiking with the C19 out here too, Australia. It's been crazy. Losing a lot of people out here. There's a lot of schools out here where it's been picking up again. I thought it was about gone. But, yeah, it's been getting crazy. Yeah, you said Stoyarenko sounds good. Yeah. YouTube user said Edwards, Pascal, Macy, Norma should all move to 145 and just keep it alive somehow. Right. Yeah, throw Edwards up there. Ramona look like a featherweight anyway. Yeah, just throw them all up there. Throw Holly Holm up there too, because she done it bantamweight. Lafayette, how about Panny versus Pena? Ooh, that's a banger right there. Panny's got good boxing though. I don't know how good she is on her back against Pena. That's a good fight right there though. I'll tell you, there's blood in that fight. I think Panny could win it on the feet because I like her boxing, but she gotta keep her back off the cage. Pena might win it with takedowns though. Lafayette says, Straight give him zinc and multivitamins and kale spinach. Yeah, that vitamin D3 is a good one. Yeah, vitamin D3 is a good one. That's being suggested out here too a lot. Vitamin D3. What else? Sunlight, moving around. Somebody told me activity moves. Don't sit still for so long because of what it does to your lungs. Keep your lungs moving, respiratory system moving. Just those little things. Marcus, I want to see Natalia Silva again. I do too. I want Natalia Silva versus Montana De La Rosa. Marcus, how about that? That's a good fight. Okay, he's good. He said sleeping over the worst of it. All right, that's good, man. Glad to hear it. Robot Chicken said Dern versus Jan is on that card too. Yeah, yeah. October's looking good, man. October's looking good. James Perez said Pena versus the other Nunes. Oh, Josian Nunes. Oh man, Josian got hands though. Josian got hands. Um, got some strength to her. That's a good fight. J Ball said they just need to drop 145. I was almost ready for them to drop 135 until Nunes and Pena spiced it up. Yeah, 135 is the worst though. Yeah. 135 just got to go. Because even the fighters they bringing in, Leah Lesson is going to fight Chelsea Chandler. They fight in 135. Yeah, vitamin C tea with honey and ginger. Yeah, I keep all that in the house. Yeah, Marcus said Montana De La Rosa. Yeah, Montana De La Rosa. Natalia Silva. That's a good one. I think the formula for women, the main event, is stack the rest of the card. Don't water down the card like last night. Yeah. You gotta throw some fireworks. What was that last UFC fight night card we had that everybody loved? I can't remember. I think it was like in June. It was after 275, I think. It was one where everybody was getting finished. Yeah, that Calvin Qatar and Josh Emmett card. That's the formula you got to follow. I think that one did like 1 million views or something like that. It pulled in like over $1 million in revenue. Over $1 million in revenue. Yeah, the Qatar Emmett, and that wasn't even pay per view. That was just in revenue alone. Just uh, at the gate. Yeah, they need to follow that formula. Get them type of matchups because you had, I think it was Kevin Holland was on there. Kevin Holland, Joaquin knocked somebody out. Who else knocked somebody out on that card? Oh yeah, the Yanez and Tony Kelly fight was up there. Yanez took him out. Yeah, that was a card with Natalia Silva. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that's the formula you need. Like knockout artists on a pay per view card. This headline by a woman. Put a bunch of knockout artists on there because that one was better than a lot of pay per views. Lafayette said maybe Kayla will come over. I want to see Kayla Nunes. Yeah, I think when Kayla Harrison gets done with this next season, she might be making that move if the money's right, right? Ulysses said, yeah, it was Qatar Emmett. Yeah, it was crazy, man. That was a good card. Pacheco do got a puncher's chance this time around against Kayla. We'll see how it goes, though. Yeah, YouTube user said that was like 7 or 8 first round finishes. Yeah. Yeah, that one was nuts, man. It was like Kevin Holland got the stand and choke on that fight. James Perez said put crazy stand-up matchups in a woman fight in main event. Yeah. People that are gonna go for a finish. And even if you get some decisions, making some fighters with strong chins and match some strong chins up there and fighters with that strong will. YouTube user said, I want to see Cyborg and Kayla. I like to see that too. Maybe I'd like it at 155. 145, still a difference. I'd just rather see it at 155. But then again, Kayla's the younger one, right? So she can drop weight because she did for Invicta. When she fought Invicta, she did move down to featherweight. So, and 145, they can do that. But yeah, one more thing about Pena, man. For Juliana Pena, this wall mentality has got to go for a while. The wall mentality that she thinks she's like a wall that can just take a lot of shots. That mentality has to go. Juliana Pena is not getting any younger. Your body can only take this much punishment, right? Juliana Pena has to wise up here and say, it's time to make some adjustments to our fighting style. We just can't go in here and think our will is always going to pull us through. It's got to be head movement, smarter, a smarter approach with her attack. You just can't always think, oh, the right hand is going to land anyway, so we just gotta, get our weight up, take it, and keep moving. And that's not a good way to think. Because eventually, with that type of approach, you won't be able to think anymore. And I know a lot of people, see, look at that. Look how many knots Pena has on her head in this picture. Not only cuts, but look at her. Look at the knots. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the cut. I count 4 knots on her head. Now I know to her that seems like a medal of honor, and to a lot of people they think it is. When a fighter goes in there and they can withstand punishment for 5 rounds. But how much of it is really an honor? Like, how much is that really going to help you in the long run? Yeah, it's good to know, okay, I can last, or I get dropped and get back up maybe once or twice because the situation came out of nowhere. But when you ask for it, that's a different thing. Like, I would be happy, like, if I got caught and got back up and I changed my style and just said, oh, wow, I survived that. I'm good. Like, wow. And I was able to do that. But when you keep testing it over and over and just thinking that's going to always carry you through, that's not a good look long term. And some people saying, oh, even DC, oh, this girl is tough. I don't know. When I see these type of beatings, I don't really like to give that props like that. Like, all the while I'm thinking, dang, this girl won't go down, but I don't see that as props. I think that's just like lack of defense and bad fighting. Or like Robot Chicken said, it's exposed in a way, Because anybody can go in there and take shots. But it takes skill to throw it out there like Amanda was doing and put the knots on that person's head. And yeah, going back to like people thinking, this is a moral victory. There's not a moral victory out here. There's not a moral victory in this sport. Because yeah, you can walk away and say I got the greatest chin, but what about the damage done that you can't feel? Like, what about the damage that's being done even though your legs aren't wobbled? Like, let's say Amanda Ebos, her chin ain't that good, but when she gets dropped, she's out. Sometimes the punishment that somebody like Pena takes does more damage in the long run than one shot to a glass chin. Like, Ebos could get dropped once, be good. People question her chin. Well, that's just her brain saying we can't take this many shots. And you change your style up. But for Pena, you're getting plenty of warnings in there regardless. You took one shot, the next one might not be so friendly. And then when you get one knot on your head, that's a warning to say, let's not get another one. Then you get another one, get a third knot, you get a fourth knot, then your skull gets split down the middle right there. You're getting so many chances. So it's like, come on, you know? Like, yeah, I give her credit. Like, yeah, she's got a strong will, but there's a lot of times in there I just like, if you ain't gonna do it, like, you might have to just say, let's call it a day. Like, let's just go through the motions in this fight and not continue to give up our face like this and get beat down. Because I just imagine like what she was feeling after the fight. Like I said, we don't know if she could have passed out after the fight, or like right now they probably say you got a concussion, you got to be out for 6 months, no training, none of that for a minute, 6-7 months. I'm sure she's probably gonna get a suspension for now. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, like she said on her Twitter, tough as a $2 steak. Yeah, but for how long? Will it be the same way the next fight? I don't know. Let's check these comments here real quick. James Perez said it was really the first fight where Pena took that much damage. Can't have too much more of those. No, you can't. Robot Chicken said, I told you Nunes had it from the axe though. Oh yeah. I said that. I said that too. Yeah, I was like, when I saw her throwing that axe and she got 10,000, I was like, Amanda's back. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. That axe throwing did something. She came in there focused, but Donovan said so many examples of fighters and some high level fighters that have their chins completely cracked. Yeah. Australia said Pena reminds me of Diego Sanchez walking through everything, getting smashed, knocked down, and back up. Mental health issues for sure. Yeah. Same with like Jermaine Taylor. Like, he's got some mental health issues from taking a lot of punches. Had a bad brain bleed too. YouTube user said that one that had one right that launched her off her feet too. Wow, yeah, that was crazy. Chase Press said the way she's tough and the way she sucks. Can't see it both ways. Tate says Nunes legit. Tate said Nunes hits like a man. I believe it. Lafayette said Pena got pounded like Arturo got it. Yeah. Marcus said, who remembers when Tate stated that Nunes' power feels like she got ran over by a truck? Yeah, I remember that. She said she hit like a truck. Yep. YouTube user said when Nunes locked up the dance and she started leaking, definitely can't be getting into wars like that. No. They said some of these knockdowns look like she's about to go to sleep. She was just doing the Bronx better than. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, with her. With her quick recovery, she's going to jump right back up and take the same amount of punishment and think she's going to be good again. But no, eventually you won't. Donovan said Pena may need a Ortega type layoff after that fight. Yeah. Because honestly, her beating it was worse than Joanna's. Yeah. Like Joanna just naturally swells up in the head. But yeah, Pena was hit by continuous mini trucks, bricks. Obviously, I think those fights are going to happen, but Pacheco might derail all this. Oh, yeah, against Kayla, yeah. James said, but at least she didn't take that much damage up until now. But she got destroyed last night. Yeah, like, she had never taken that much damage before, but, McMahon, GDR, they still put some hands on her. In that first fight, too, man, they did land some big blows, too, so. Yeah, in your 30s, going to war, it's not healthy. No, it's not. Yeah, Marcus, the damage might have to settle in. Yeah, she can't have too many more of those fights, man. It won't last that long. Robot J said Myra Bueno Silva Edgar. I think I'm taking Stephanie Edgar in that one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Edgar in this fight. Even Holly Holm was a real G when Tate put her to sleep. She went to sleep without tapping. Yeah, she did. Yeah, she went on to sleep, man. Which sucked too, because she was winning that fight. Holly taking all kinds of punishment though, man. At 40, I don't know if she can hang like that anymore, honestly. Oh yeah, that's this weekend, right? Yeah, Myra Bueno Silva, Stephanie Edgar, Corey McKenna, Miranda Granger, and Juju. Oh yeah, Ariane Lipsky and Priscilla Cachoeira is this weekend too, y'all. Don't forget that. Somebody getting knocked out. Brogan Walker and Juju, that should be a good fight. But yeah, Lipsky Cachoeira. Y'all don't forget Lipsky Cachoeira is also this Saturday. Somebody is getting knocked out. Nunes' power is the scariest at featherweight, but even translate to bantamweight. Yeah, her power is scary all around. I think she got the most power at both of those weight classes. Yeah, Wu Yanan, I could have given her that fight. I think I did. I can't remember if I did. I could have given it to her though. Yeah. Mm-hmm. YouTube user says she about to go zombie in the third. Yo, she about to go zombie the whole fight. Dan Ulysses said it's not the queen of violence. Dang. He said Cachoeira getting laid out. Should be a good fight, yo. I think that's probably like the best fight on there. You got Juju and Brogan, Lipsky and Cachoeira's on the main card. That's a good look. Myra Bueno Silva, Stephanie Edgar, Corey McKenna, Miranda Granger. They're all on the prelims. So yeah, Cachoeira, Lipsky. That's a good look on the main card though. That's a good look on main card. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Edgar. Marcus said straight. I don't know whether who will win between MBS and Stephanie. Yeah, still is a close fight. Let's see Jocelyn Edwards fight the winner. You know, Stephanie Edgar is unranked, I think. Right? Is she 15 or is she unranked? I know Avila. Did they take Avila out while she's on maternal leave? Let me see. Um, no, Stephanie Edgar's unranked. Yeah, Stephanie Edgar's unranked right now. Norma Dumont is 15. Outside the rankings, they don't have anything listed outside of 15. Hold on, let me look on the main page, like just like overall ranking, like world ranking. Let's see. I mean, Switzerland, they got it ranked 15. Do they? Yeah, they don't really have them like ranked. trying to see like even on Tapology if it goes longer than 15. Like most of them that are just unranked, they don't even have a number beside them. J Ball said, "How is Norma ranked 135 when she's never successfully made the weight?" I don't know, man. I was kind of laughing at that myself. Like, how did she just won a fight at 145 and she gets the bantamweight ranking? Myra Bunnis was getting touched up by Montana. Yeah. And Manon was putting it on her. Manon kicked her across the cage and she fell. Brogan could win this fight, but I don't know, man. I hope that knee ain't shaky in this fight. Like, she do got a lot of experience, but I did see her get handled by Aaron Blanchfield too. So I don't know. Kind of picking Juju. I think Juju's like pressure is just too much for some of these fighters on this level. That is, Gary Baldwin said 135 is a joke. It's not what it used to be. That's why I don't agree with Pena. To me, flyweight and strawweight right now are the better divisions. The best fights are at Blanchfield and not. I was reading that comment. Blanchfield handles everyone. Yeah, or at flyweight and strawweight. Yeah, Blanchfield handles everyone. Blanchfield would handle Juju too, probably, right? Yeah. Glad that Jake Paul fight got canceled. I want to see Jake Paul fight. But yeah, man, that's about all I got tonight, y'all. I just wanted to jump on here and discuss the fights last night. But I'm gonna be on it this week, man, because there's some other fights to talk about, some other stuff to talk about. About Pena's skills and Amanda's skills. So we'll talk later. Like I said, I got on here late tonight and I wanted to just jump on for a bit. So time to wrap it up. But yeah. Hit that like button on your way out, y'all. And subscribe if you haven't. We're getting closer to 1,000. Only like what? 38 more. Yeah, we about 38. We 38 more. 38 more and we'll be at 1,000. That's crazy. We on the countdown. It's taking its time, but hey, it's okay. 38,000. Wait a minute. 38 now. Yeah, just 38 now. So yeah, to get to 1,000. Gary said Brogan versus Juju's 50-50. Fighters at this level are unpredictable. Right. Yeah, they are. Like, it's easier to pick some of the bigger fights. But yeah, low level are always like 50-50. JJ Aldridge and Aaron Blanchfield, that was kind of a tough fight to call. So yeah, that's true. But yeah, I'm getting up out of here, y'all. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't. Check out the live stream later if you missed it. And yeah, maybe come back on sometime this week between Monday and Wednesday. Wednesday for sure. But I might pop in on a late night, either Monday or Tuesday, who knows. So Combo Breaker 99. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm out. Peace.